Hey everyone, we're back with the fucking podcast, episode 3, part 2. Same episode probably because whatever. So, yeah, here we are, back to playing the game. So, honestly, Caleb?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were still there.
Yep.
So, for Dark Souls, like I said, continue that conversation. A lot of the fucking map designs were bad, and I feel like the Capybara boss, like at least that room of the game, feels like you're fighting a boss, like a giant monster in someone's bedroom. Because that's what the room feels like. It'd be like if you took all of the shit in someone's bedroom and tossed it outside, and you had a boss that took up a quarter of the room, and you had to fight it in like someone's bedroom. It felt like that, and I'm like, this isn't fucking fun. It's annoying because half his attacks cover the entire fucking room you're in.
Yep.
And he takes up a quarter of the room and you take up an eighth. And it's just super fucking annoying to fight like an actual boss in such a tiny room. Oh shit, we're missing Luigi's super adventure story. Oh well, whatever.
Who? Oh.
Luigi. The guy who isn't in Mario Kart Tour. That's so sad. But yeah, other than that, I feel like a lot of the like world design for like fucking just all of Dark Souls was bad. Like the game starts you off like after you do like the tutorial, which is fine. I don't give a shit about that. Like, but you start off in like, how do I say, like in the ruined church or something. But like the camera and the character are facing towards the church. And so your first instinct is, I have to go to the church. Because you're like, this is a building. I just started the game. I should go forward. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to turn around, look at the giant castle in the distance, and notice that there's a bridge off to your left. And then also notice that there is like a hill that you can walk up, but isn't ever like in frame or even really noticeable, and that's where you have to go for like the beginning of the game. But the game never tells you that or tells you anything like that. It's just like, look, there's a giant church 5 feet in front of you. Your first instinct is to go in it and see what's on the other side. That's not where you're supposed to go. Because fuck you, we don't know how to do any good design.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a whole lot of, like, bad design choices, I feel like, in Dark Souls 1, at least. Because that's the only one I played. That just makes me upset and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know where I'm going. And that's it. And there's a whole lot of, like, fucking platforming and shit. That's just not what the game is about. Or, like, here, fight in a hallway. But if you ever hit the wall, which is gonna happen a lot, because if your weapon is anywhere close to a wall, you'll immediately hit it and then stagger backwards. It cancels your attack. So anytime you're in a hallway in Dark Souls and you swing your weapon, you just hit the fucking wall. And then nothing happens because of it.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of like really bad fucking gameplay design elements in the game.
And
if you
that
ever
is
fucking mentioned that, the fan base is, haha, just get good, lol. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you can't use that as an excuse, because that fucking doesn't work.
and that's why Code Vein is good.
Yeah, and that's why fucking...
The customization that is so much better.
Yeah, that's why Dark Souls is a good game.
Yeah, no, Blood Vein's a good game.
Yeah, that's why I'm in Bloodborne. That was fun. I like that game. Anyways, let's stop talking about Dark Souls and pissing off everyone. Let's see, what else? Oh no. Maddening in Fire Emblem is dumb. Talking about Fire Emblem. Caleb,
Yeah.
let's talk about Fire Emblem.
Okay, Fire Emblem's amazing. Like that new mode. How far did you get?
Maddening is stupid. I defeated the Death Knight for the first time. I got the
Okay.
Sword of Creator.
Alright, I just beat him for the second time.
Yeah. I was like... Because here's the thing that makes me feel bad. It's like, I got like 2 bad level ups on like Sylvain, which was just basically 2 stats that he doesn't need. And I'm like,
So
on maddening, I feel like you're already obsolete because you don't have enough strength or speed to like really do anything. And so I
right
feel
now I'm using
obligated to drop
Sylvain.
him.
Right now I'm using Sylvain for a really weird reason. Like I've made him into a mage.
Nice.
He has the highest defense on my team.
Nice.
And it's not just like a slight difference. His
You're doing
defense...
the bloody fucking church route this time, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing Blue Lions for maddening. And I feel like that's a really good idea because you get Ingrid into do immediately. And their passive abilities are, if you do nothing, you gain defense +4. And for Ingrid, it's, you get avoidance plus like 15. And you also, I think that's Ingrid's.
No.
No, hers is the gamble, isn't it? It's the battalion. I don't remember. I just remember like those 2 characters were really good because they give you like really good unique abilities that make them like not bad.
See, I have this weird thing where right now like almost all my units are using axes. Because axes are really good in maddening, because you're so slow anyways, why wouldn't you use an axe?
Except for Petra.
No, Petra is also using an axe.
No, I mean like, she's not slow.
Except for she is still slow. Like...
Oh no, yours is bad?
No, the issue is the enemies are just so damn...
Really? My Petra has always been able to hit twice, ever since I got her.
I can't.
Maybe it's because I maxed out fucking S+ sword immediately.
That doesn't do anything.
I don't think it does anything. It gets me sword fair and sword crit +10 in battalion wrath immediately. Because I also put points into like authority for her. It shouldn't do anything, and I don't think it does anything, but it might, I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I think maddening, I'm using axes on Sylvain as well. Because I can make him into a great fortress knight, but the thing is maddening, I feel like, oh no, you got 2 bad stat ups. Oh no, you're useless forever. Because like, you don't get enough, like, you don't get a lot of experience. And so you need all those level ups that you can get, right?
Yeah.
And so whenever you get a bad level up, you're like, oh, that sucks. And then you're like, oh, that's a second one. Oh, Sylvain's just bad because his attack and speed isn't good at all.
Yeah, and that's why I can't use Caspar, because he had bad levels up. And technically, he has the highest defense on my team.
Yeah.
But he's so unusable.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he has, like, 20 defense. But 20 defense is useless when all the enemies are still gonna hit you twice.
Yeah.
And you can't even get a hit off because your dexterity's so low.
That's exactly what's happening with me, and that's what I feel like.
It basically, it turned, like, for me, it was how I got through the early game was literally just grinding the shit out of Byleth.
Yeah. What I've been doing...
I had Byleth like 6 or 7 levels higher than everyone else, just because I couldn't get through the game otherwise.
So I got S rank Mercedes for healing immediately, which gave her Fortify. And every time she used
really useful.
Every time she used it, she would gain more than half the experience needed to level up.
Oh, that's really good.
So she ended up being like, when everyone was like level 5, and by that, I think when everyone was getting to level 5, they weren't level 5, but they were like lowest level 3 and highest level 4, and I think the main character was level 5. I think Mercedes was around level 10. Like maybe level 12 or something. All I know is she was stupidly high level, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that if anyone attacks her, she will not die. Because she's a higher level than them.
Except for that's not true. it's weird. I don't
The
know.
only character that I've ran into that has been a higher level than Mercedes so far has been the Death Knight.
I don't know. I just know that healers are really good in maddening, but they just gain so many levels.
Yeah, they gain a lot, so I got myself a second healer, Linhardt, because everyone else said no.
Yeah, Linhardt is really good, and then my Lysithea, like, she started off as just being a healer
My
just so she could
Lysithea
grind.
didn't want to join me, and I got sad.
Oh, my Lysithea, like, I had everyone join it and, like, immediately. But that's also because I had A in Faith and decent magic at the time, because I grinded the crap out of Byleth.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't have decent
And just by
magic.
having those two things and B ranks with people, you immediately get so many people.
I didn't get B ranks with anyone because I didn't give a shit enough. I know getting B ranks and then like I probably could get Lysithea, but she's currently C rank and I'm too lazy to fucking level that crap up. At least to a B rank, because I don't want to use my renown for that. I want to save my renown for getting people to be OP. Because maddening is a pain. Anyways, that's how I fucking go through the entire fucking game so far. Is I got Petra and I got Linhardt luckily, because yeah, that's good. I want to get Dorothea because I got her to S+.
Dorothea is bad.
She might be, but
She is so god awfully bad.
I might make her my
and
dancer
maddening.
because she can heal.
Like, I'm using Sylvain instead of her.
Oh.
It's that bad. And I also have, also using Marianne, because Marianne's really good, both
Yeah,
because
as
she
a
gets
healer.
high magic, and also you equip a Steel Lance on her and use Frozen Lance, and it's really good.
Yeah, I want to get Dorothea because in previous games I got her to like S+ reason. So if I get Dorothea again, I can just abuse the system using the New Game Plus mechanic to just make her so fucking busted from the beginning of the game. Which is gonna help a lot.
I haven't found getting the ranks on other characters to be all that great so far.
I have. Petra's good.
But I also haven't been able to like buy enough to get like an S rank on anyone.
The Sword Fair is really nice and useful. Because it just makes you do +5 damage. Which is really great when everything sucks.
It's just really weird because like almost all my characters are just using training weapons still.
I said fuck that. If I'm just gonna be able to like only ever hit once, I'll just give myself steel weapons and just hit a lot for the one time I hit.
Well, I double with training weapons and then I have steel weapons just in case, but the steel weapons make me die.
The first time, I think I lost like half the units when I did the training one at the beginning of the game.
Oh my god, that one was awful. I just
Yeah,
sat
because
in a
everyone's
tree.
level 1 and everyone else that you have to fight is like level 4.
I literally sat in the trees and made Byleth like get all the aggro.
I sat there and watched as Mercedes healed everyone and got like 7 levels from that fight. Because I immediately gave her like the S+ fucking shit as soon as I could for healing. And so what ended up happening was that Mercedes was like, they can't kill me because my stats are too high by the end of the fight, and also I can heal you with Physic, and Fortify, and Heal. And so she just sat there healing Byleth, and I think Dimitri.
See, the nice thing is you could actually use your Lord.
Yeah! You don't want... You weren't just gonna be there because you're doing church route.
So, Edelgard and Hubert have been stuck in a sad limbo of not being in the party.
Yeah. That's gonna happen
Because
when you do the church route. You can't use any of the fucking lords.
I don't have any overpowered units except for
Keep in mind to try and not spoil the game for the podcast. But just know that when you do the church route in-game, you can't use the lord that you sign up with. Because there's 4 endings in Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
And the church route is you saying, fuck these lords, I'm going with the church.
Who's clearly the villains.
They're not villains, they're just not good.
I will say this, Rhea is like the most insane bitch I've ever seen. Like, the church is like 5 steps away from being a cult. Look at Cyril and Catherine. Their undying love and affection for, like, Rhea is like an actual fucking thing from a cult. And I'm like, this is why I don't trust you, even if you're on my side.
Right?
Like, I don't care that, like, in some of the endings, that you become, like, the leader of the church. I don't give a shit about that. I'm like, you are literally forming a cult.
And you know what's funny? You haven't seen...
I haven't.
You haven't... What the Where the hell am I supposed to go?
I haven't seen the, S rank with, Freya or something.
No, have you seen any of them?
With the church people, I have. Well, not the S ranks, but the A ranks. But not A rank with, Rhea. I got the B rank, and then I found out you can't actually ally with, like, everyone in the time skip, Rhea is no longer there, because, like, I'm not gonna say why, but, like, you can't actually hang out with her, even if she's in the church. She's like, hey, I'm over here in the church. You cannot talk to her, or hang out with her, or anything. So, I assumed you could do that, and so I just was stuck permanently at B rank with her, so I don't know what the A rank is like.
So, you've seen the B rank, though?
Yes.
Ray is really weird towards the main character.
You can marry her, so, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, just in general, like...
Dude, she's insane, and there's, like, you know, plot reasons why we can't talk about it for the podcast. The Let's Play podcast. But, yeah, Freya is literally fucking insane. And, like, Nico B at the beginning of his Let's Play is like, oh yeah, this chick's evil. Like, on episode 1 or 2. Like, immediately is like, oh, this chick is gonna fucking immediately start being evil. And, like, as soon as she says, like, the one thing at the beginning of the game, I think she's like, let this be a reminder to all the students to not fuck with the church. And he's like, oh, I thought you were gonna be insane, like, later in the game, but now you're just immediately going in with it. Because she doesn't hide the fact that she's bananas. So yeah, like, they're like, haha, the leader of the church is immediately crazy and untrustworthy. And every character in the game that the main character trusts is like, don't trust her. Like, Geralt and Sothis are the 2 characters the main character trusts and, like, works with and actively believes in. And Sothis is like, fucking don't tell her anything at all about me, because we don't know what the fuck she's planning. She's clearly planning something, and I don't know what it is, and it scares me. And Geralt is like, whatever you do, be careful around her. She's clearly planning something, and I don't know what, and it's clearly gonna be evil. So be on your guard. And I'm like, okay, yep, everyone doesn't trust Rhea, and I'm never gonna trust her no matter what, because no one has given me any reason to do that.
Yeah, but you have to do the church route.
You have to do the church route, yeah, and I'm gonna... I think the church route will either be the better ending, because this is the ending where you don't choose one of the lords, or the worst ending, because you have to side with Rhea, who's clearly evil the entire game.
Well, I think it's gonna be great, because you get set up as your new lord.
Really?
I've been told that's what happens, because I'm pretty sure the shit that happens in...
That's raw.
You know, Golden Deer route still happens, and...
Yeah, so I can see what people have said. So, apparently, the Edelgard, Claude, and Dimitri routes are all different from each other and end differently and are completely different stories. But I've heard that the Church and Claude's route, aka Golden Deer, are like the exact same. And now I can see what they mean by that.
Yeah, because... Yeah, I kept feeling like playing the Golden Deer route, I was doing a church route.
I'm like, this almost is a church route. But
Not quite, but
yeah, I also like how. That's a spoiler. I guess we can't talk about that. Oh well. I'll just say this: Claude is the most normal person out of all of the leaders of the factions in the game. Rhea's insane, Dimitri's insane, and Edelgard's almost like also insane. I mean, like
have you gotten to where Dimitri starts going insane?
no, but we
So yeah,
already know that based off of the other endings,
yeah, you know, but I meant like,
and
have
also
you
the
gotten
trailer where they show him like with an eye patch and like clearly demented.
have you gotten to the part where he talks about the knife yet?
They've mentioned it in supports, but no, they have. I've not gotten that far.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about.
What?
But anyways, nevertheless, all I know is like every lord besides Claude is insane.
And Claude's also
No. Like,
he's not.
he's the only character, apparently, out of all of the lords, who doesn't have to die in every ending. Because clearly it's a war about everyone's gonna kill each other by the end of the game, right? Like, that's like the whole thing they sold it on, like, haha, look, you're a teacher, there's a time skip and everyone's trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Claude, apparently, in every fucking ending, doesn't have to die. Where every other lord ends up dying. Besides the one you choose.
I'm surprised there isn't
So like,
a route where you're like, you get to the time skip, like, and it doesn't matter like which route you choose, but you get to the time skip and you see everyone fighting and you're like, yeah, fuck this. I'm just gonna stop everyone.
If I could, I would create my own ending. I would be like, haha, time powers. I'll go back in time as much as I want because fuck you. But I won't go more into that because that'd be spoilers. But yeah, everyone in the game's insane, and Claude is like the one who's like, at least, the least insane. He's probably the most normal person in the entire, like, fucking game. Like, out of all the lords. And that's why he's good, that's why he's a good character. Oh yeah, we're in chapter 2. It's the worst chapter in the game. There's just something about it. The idea and aesthetic behind it is cool, but I feel like it isn't executed well. Madame Fleury is a bad party member. Various
possibly the worst.
Yeah.
Like, even Goombella has more uses than
yeah, she
Fleury.
gets multi-bounce.
Like, Flurry's completely useless in battle.
Yeah. It's easy to hit her fucking, like, timed attacks or action commands, because it's just put reticle on enemy. Look, there it is. Wow. So hard. And at least Goombella gets, like, the multi-bounce or the power bounce or whatever it is, where you, like, you can keep pressing A on an enemy and hit them for as many times as you hit them.
Which you think would be good, but then you realize he only does 1 damage and it's useless.
Yeah. No, I think it does the same thing as Mario, where if you have more attack, it does more.
It's the first he doesn't ever get more attack, so it's 1.
Yeah, why would you, no, she gets like 1 more attack like everyone else does when you do the star power up.
Sure, and then by that point most of the...
Everyone else is better though.
Yeah.
You can also put on the Power Plus P badge, which makes your partner have 1 more strength, which makes Goombella slightly better, but this also makes everyone else slightly better, so she's still, like, not as good as everyone else. And that's about it. Yeah, this chapter is, like, it has the punies, which is, like, the best thing about this chapter, but everything else about it isn't good. Having to deal with the punies is kind of a pain because you have an army of like 11 or 100 fucking punies following you. And if, like here, we're missing one, now we have to go find out where that fucker is. And we're like, where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. I'm so glad that's what happened. Yeah, this chapter, like, I like the idea behind the aesthetic, but I feel like they didn't execute it well enough for me to actually like it. And having to, like, control an army of, like, 10 punies that get scared at any time there's an enemy, and there's a lot, is annoying, because this requires you to fight all of the enemies in the game. At least in this dungeon. Oh no, it's just not, like, our best chapter. It's not my favorite chapter. Especially considering the first chapter is a pretty good introductory chapter, and then the chapter after this is, like, the best chapter in the game.
So, you know how we were
by
talking about
comparison.
Final Fantasy 14 earlier?
Yeah,
So I just had to join a queue for a dungeon,
nice.
and then literally 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Damn. It's Jabble! Look at this little guy, I love him. But yeah, like, all the fucking punies in this fucking... in this chapter are, like, the coolest thing about this chapter. Everything else is kind of bad. Yeah. I'd play more FE heroes, but that means playing more FE heroes.
Yeah.
And I don't actively play the game. What you're supposed to do. Oh, we lost this. I'm glad it's RNG decided. I think you're supposed to use Flurry to, like, blow everything into, like, confusion. But, yeah, I did it here. But, like, even then, it's still RNG, so it doesn't matter. Man. I like playing fucking Smash Bros, but my god. Ever since I played it, like, in person with, with other people, like, on the same console, and then I was like, what if I played it via online? And then it was just really bad. Like, I've been very upset. Because I've noticed I've been playing significantly worse online now because of it. Because I'm like, I'm going to air dodge when I see him starting to attack me. But you can't do that. Because the lag online makes it so that everything comes out like a second or two later. So, as someone who feels like that they're a reactionary player, I can't actively play the game, or at least play the game well. And so I just end up eating shit. At least online I do. And it makes me sad, because I want to play more of the game, and everyone I know plays it online.
I don't.
Because you don't play Smash Brothers.
Because I'm bad.
You need to learn how to play Joker and the hero.
I don't have them.
Oh. That's sad. How are you gonna be like looking cool, Joker?
By playing the original Persona 5
Why?
game.
Why not? Why Persona 5 and not the Royale?
Because Royale hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, no. I think it comes out soon in Japan, like next month or something. I feel like I avoided everything for Persona 5. I feel like I won't for Persona 5 Royale. Just because it's gonna be basically the same game. I mean, I'm gonna actively avoid it because I'm still gonna play it, but I'm like, not gonna give a shit if I see spoilers or something, you know?
Yeah, because it's the same freaking game. Who cares?
It's like it's gonna be like, there's gonna be more content, but like, it's still generally gonna be almost the same, so it's not gonna matter that much.
Yeah.
New female character is cute, that's about it.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Apparently they're really going with the idea that she's like the heroine. Like, imagine like Sailor Moon. Like, she's like a Sailor Moon-esque type of protagonist.
That's actually kind of cool.
Like, maybe not as silly as Sailor Moon, but like, that's what they're saying. They're trying to make it seem that, like, she herself is also a protagonist.
Oh.
She's
like
not
she's doing shit on her own.
Yeah, or at least that's how they're trying, like, that's how they designed her character. That's, like, also why she looks very similar to the main character, like, in design. Where she's just wearing a, like, almost exact, like, the exact same costume as a Joker, but as a girl.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, so, like, her Phantom Thief outfit is just, what if Joker were a girl, and that's basically it.
I was hoping they would kind of go with, like, just a, Sailor Moon kind of thing, where,
Yeah.
I guess I was thinking more of a Sailor Venus thing, where you have,
I don't think she's, like, an
you
actual...
kind of have, like, a rival, kind of.
Yeah.
Not really rival, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think she's, like, actually, like, Sailor Moon, but I meant, like, Sailor Moon as, like, haha, she's the heroine, or, like, they're acting like she's the protagonist of her own story or something. So that's how they're, like, that's how they designed her as a character. They didn't want to make her, like, a party member or a character, but they wanted to be like, what if she was the protagonist sort of idea.
You know,
What?
I'm finding being a conjurer in Final Fantasy XIV is kind of boring.
Oh no.
Because, like, back when I was a scholar, I could heal and do damage at the same time.
Oh.
Here, I'm just a healer. I can't... Yeah.
Nice. Hey look, we level up. What level are we in this game? Oh yeah, it doesn't tell you. It tells you if you press start, and I'm not gonna. I mean, I might because we leveled up, but I guess I don't need the extra BP for badges.
Nah. All you need is FP.
Oh no, we got tricked. Ah, it's Lord Crump. Remember him from the tutorial? I do. Yeah. But yeah, the new Persona 5 looks good. Play it if you haven't played Persona 5, but they are clearly changing how the entire story is gonna work.
Which I'm excited for, because that's gonna make it a new experience.
Yeah.
But...
I saw, like, a screenshot where someone was like, this is clearly having to do with North Lotep in Philemon. And I'm like...
is it?
Well, It didn't look like either of them. But it looked like it wasn't the same villain or final boss from Persona 5.
So that'll be exciting.
So it's either going to be a new villain final boss, sort of like what they did with Persona 4 The Golden, where it's like Marie was like the real mastermind behind everything. With the final boss still being the final boss. But Persona 5, like, they've been showing content behind the last day in game, which is Christmas, which is like the last fucking day in the game. That's not a spoiler in the original.
Oh well.
It's not,
not
because it's always around Christmas, right?
Yeah, doesn't this one actually go into, like,
Yeah,
the second year or
yeah,
something?
Royale. No, apparently Japanese schools are made of 3 semesters, and Persona 5 covers 2. And so
Yeah,
the idea is Persona 5 Royale, it's going to cover that 3rd trimester that we didn't get
So
to
it goes,
see.
so it goes right up into their second year.
Yeah, right up until they would get to the 2nd year, which is exactly what happens, which is right after Christmas, because we have seen them doing stuff right after Christmas. So the game ended in Persona 5 at Christmas, so now it looks like that's not going to happen. Like, so it looks like the game might play the exact same way up until Christmas. And then after Christmas, there's going to be a new villain.
That's gonna be nice.
And some people have said this kind of looks like it reminds me of Philemon and Northalotep, so this could have something to do with them. And I'm like, that'd be cool. Probably not. Probably the new character, Kasumi, is gonna be accidentally the villain again, like they did with Marie.
Oh.
That's what I'm assuming. I'm
I
basing
hope
this
not.
off of nothing besides the
This
fact that Atlas aren't good writers.
Like, isn't she supposed to be a party member though?
Yep.
I
That's not gonna change them from being bad writers.
I really don't want another Akechi.
No, Akechi's good.
Like, no, Akechi's good, but I don't want two Akechis in the same game, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Oh yeah, this is the part of the game where you have to like you have to put the fucking punies in the hole, but the game is badly optimized for this. So it takes like 5 minutes. Like, the hit detection on putting them in the hole is really bad.
Yeah.
Yep, and then we did it, yay! Yeah, like this part of the game is just bad because it's like, look, I walked ahead 5 steps and some people just went insane and couldn't see me. Like, having to like put everyone in the hole is so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why this chapter isn't good. Having to micromanage all 100 punies is the worst. But yeah, it looks like Persona 5 Royale Kasumi is gonna be like... I feel like that's what they could do. They might not. I'd be happy if they don't, but... Atlas is usually bad with that. At least in Persona, they tend to. At least in Persona 4 they were. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're like, let's make a Persona 3. And then other times they're like, what's a story? And then they make Persona 4.
I love how out of everyone I talk to, me and you are the only ones who think Persona 3 is the best.
Paul, I think, also agrees 3 is the best.
But it's really weird, like, everyone I talk to says Persona 3 is the worst. And I'm like, why do you think this? Like,
and then they complain that you can't control party members. And I'm like, it makes sense in the story. You guys aren't friends, they don't respect you. Junpei wants to kill you for the first half of the game.
It doesn't make sense, and it still works out. Like...
Yeah. No, it does make sense. Because you're like their leader, but they don't fucking like you.
I meant it makes sense, but...
Yeah.
And it still works out. Like, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, it's just maybe fix the AI on Mitsuru.
No, hers is the best AI, what are you talking about?
Like, is it perfect? Absolutely not, but like, it's good enough. The AI isn't that bad, and you can usually give them commands like, heal me, or be on support, or just keep attacking. Or go for weak points. You know? But like, nevertheless, it doesn't change the fact that it's not perfect.
And if you really don't like that, just get Persona 3 Portable, where you can control your party members.
Yeah, and play as the female character and fuck Shinjiro.
Like, if that's really the only issue you have of the game,
yeah,
there's an easy fix.
If you dislike the, yeah, there's also the whole, like, it also easy fixes the whole fact and idea that, like, if you don't like being tired, if you hate that game mechanic of being tired from climbing the tower, play the remake.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Of course you get fucking tired. But, like, it also, that idea is done and away with in Persona 3 Portable. They're just like, oh yeah, this gameplay mechanic is sort of stupid, so we'll just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense in design and in reality, but like, it's not the worst. It's not like the gameplay design of like Trails and Cold Steel where it makes sense, but like, haha, what if it's just a really bad gameplay design choice because timed quests are super realistic, but you get 1 minute to do them.
Okay, look, we're not gonna talk about those.
We're not, because we're about to play it and I'll complain there. I'm just saying, the gameplay mechanic is bad, but it is not awful. But yeah, I recommend that, like, it's fine.
Right.
And I can understand people not wanting to play 1 and 2 because, man, is the first trilogy so much different than the second trilogy. One's just straight up RPG, and then the other one is like, what if?
Are you talking about Trails?
No, I don't know anything about the trilogies for Trails.
I'm because talking that's about what you're Persona, talking about in Trails.
Because there's Persona 1, 2, and then the other 2, and then there's 3, 4, and 5. So 2 different trilogies that all, in the first 3 play relatively the same, and then the second 3 play like a school life game. Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, at the end of this chapter, you can choose to say fuck it to the assholes. To the punies, because you don't need to bring them to the end. All you have to do is escape. So you save a lot of time by just ignoring the fact that you have to bring the punies with you.
And I'm pretty sure they designed it so you're supposed to just leave them there.
Yeah, there's an actual in-game thing where if you lose a puny and you don't know where they are, you can go to the Elder at the entrance of the fucking dungeon and talk to him, and he calls them all to you. So even if you lose one, you can just find them all over here. Yeah, anyways, we're about to be done with this podcast because we're near the end of this chapter, and I think that's when we beat it and say, fuck it, we're done.
So it's almost time for lunch.
No, I'm pretty sure we still have to fight the boss, and then we have to do the post-chapter shit.
Oh yeah, that's a true point.
So I'm just saying, we're nearing the end of the podcast. We have like maybe 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Oh no. What else? Let's see. Talk about MTG Arena and how that was bad. Talk about Mario Kart Tour and how that was bad. Yeah, I just want to play fucking Magic the Gathering recently. And I'm like, I don't have anyone because I'm stupid.
Yeah, I don't have anyone either, like...
And MTG Arena is bad.
Like, some of the people here in Army, they're great nerds, but...
They're not nerds. Like everyone else.
They're American nerds.
They're Americans, and therefore their taste is bad.
Exactly, like... I found one who likes, you know, Final Fantasy games, and I'm like, okay. There we go. There's at least someone. But then I start talking about, like, Shin Megami Tensei, and they're like, what the fuck? That's too far.
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei is too underground enough for not everyone to know about it.
And like, if I can't talk about Shin Megami Tensei, there's no way I could bring up freaking Trails of Cold Steel.
No, Trails is even worse. Like, I knew of its existence, and even I was like, I'm never touching this series. And then you're like, here you go, during the DBZ thing. And I'm like, fucking, I guess we'll do this as the next Let's Play. I'm like, I kinda wanted to get into the series, but I'm like, not for a long time. And you're like, ha ha ha, play this really old game that hasn't aged well. Oh shit, that was it. Oh, fuck, we're done.
Woo!
Huzzah! We finished the last podcast of episode type of these. Oh boy. I'm so glad. Do you like the new please wait while we do a thing?
What?
Look at the new please wait.
Yeah, hasn't it been there for a while?
No, look at it's a newer one because the ferret's here.
I thought the ferret was there last time.
No, it wasn't. I mean, the last time we recorded it was. I may have showed you last time, I don't fucking remember.
Well, I don't think you pointed it out, but I noticed it.
Yeah. Because the old one was just Piranha Plant and Jack Frost.
Ooh, speaking of that, I need to change my Discord thing.
Anyways, we did the thing. Now we're gonna fucking let's play it up. Bye.